if you're going to be a billionaire in dollars, for example, my first advice is you need to go and study the world's richest people. There are about 2,000 billionaires in the world that is recognized today. And you need to now study and find out what are the fields, where do they operate.
If you study that areas,
then you can now based on where they operate, then you can now say, okay, where can I operate out of all of this? And what will be the scope? Because somebody that is a billionaire in sports, you can't be a sports in Nigeria and say you want to be a billionaire. It cannot happen.
Even if you're playing outside of the country,
it cannot happen. Players don't become billionaires in sports.
And there is no player, even dead or alive, that is a billionaire in sports.
The players that have become billionaires did not become billionaires from the sport. They became billionaires from the brand.
Wow. Okay. Break it down more.
Okay. I'll give you, there are 3 sports people today that are billionaires. Number 1 is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is arguably the best basketballer that ever lived. But he made only $90 million in his entire career as a basketballer.
In his entire career, 90 only?
Yes. So how did he become a billionaire?
Shoes.
2 things. It wasn't even the shoes. From his career as a billionaire, as a basketballer, a brand was created. Nike shoes, Air Jordan brand. In such a way that Nike pays him money every year based on how those shoes sell.
Wow.
And right now they pay him close to about $100 million a year.
Wow.
For those shoes. But that's not even what really made him a billionaire. The greatest wealth Michael Jordan has made in his life came when he bought a basketball team.
Wow.
So the money he made from the brand is what he used to buy a basketball team. And the team he bought for just about, was it under $200 million? Today is worth over $2 billion.
Wow.
So you see that even though he's a sports person, he actually made the bulk of his wealth from being a businessman, owning a sports team.
Wow, interesting.
Exactly.
So apart from, you said there are 3.
Tiger Woods.
Okay. Tiger Woods.
His is likely because it's a brand.
He also own a sport business.
He doesn't really own sports, but he's been paid a lot of money for the last 25 to 30 years
from his sports, from
adverts, from his brand.
Okay. And the 3rd person?
So another basketballer. He's currently still playing, even though he will soon retire. LeBron James. He too, the same thing. It's largely from a brand, even though LeBron James too has become a heavy investor. He's a shareholder in Liverpool Football Club. He's a shareholder in Liverpool Football Club. He's a shareholder in some other entities like that.
Okay.
So if you're a sports person in Nigeria, for example, if you don't have a global brand, you can't become a billionaire. And if you don't also leverage on that brand to have businesses that can create that kind of value, you can get there.